Welcome to the show, everyone. Episode 12. We are back in the studio. Had to make a quick trip up to New York. I was grabbing my girlfriend, bringing her back down here. We took the auto train, which was dope. It's you can put your car on the train in Virginia, and then it takes you and your car all the way down to Florida. And that's where it unloads. So it's 17 hours. 900 miles of just chilling. And I got the sleeper car this time. It was my second time on the train where you can put your car on it. That was cool. The sleeper bunk, bed folded out. Got kind of like a Mercedes Sprinter van kind of vibe. We just rode, man. Played some cards. And the only negative was there wasn't like good drink holders in the sleeper car. They just had like kind of like the little... like the airport ring tray where you can just kind of set them in like a half inch. And so I went up to the bar and I was like, hey, let me get 2 beers. And she pre-opened them because, you know, you don't have a bottle opener in your room. And we made a slight turn and the beer fell into my lap and just the top just exploded off like I had won the Daytona 500. Just all up in the ceiling. Like, fuck, man. But yeah, it was cool back down in Florida. I was supposed to have a guest on tonight, my buddy Nick. Since we didn't get together in the city to do a show, he was supposed to call in tonight. But like the Long Island trash that he is, I went to call him. He goes, I'll be available around 7, 8 o'clock. Just call me then. I call him. Phone is off. So, typical Long Island move. You know what I'm saying? Just cutting your phone off. We're supposed to do a show. What a piece of shit. He's like, yeah, I got to perform in front of homeless people in Manhattan. So, can't wait to hear the excuse. Better have Corona, Nick. Yeah, so back from New York, I saw an outdoor AA meeting on the way to dinner, which, by the way, the service industry is dead in the city. I mean, you can't get a server to come to your table to save your life. I mean, we've probably ate out at 3 to 4 restaurants. All the servers, after they would drop you your drink, you would think that they clocked out and went home the whole time. And this is the thing. I was a server in New York, so I have my pass. I can talk shit about any server. Our food came out before the drinks. And it wasn't like your server bringing you it. It was the guys from the back. And I'm like, it's just due to coronavirus, no one is an employee anymore. Due to corona, it's going to take you 40 minutes to get a drink. That's what it is now. You have to order your entire meal as soon as you sit. Order how many drinks you're going to have. So just order, you know, Hey, let me get 3 Stellas. This is how you have to order in New York City now. Yeah, I'll take 4 Stellas. I'll have an appetizer and a dinner. Bring them out at the same time. And you know what? Bring dessert too, because you're never going to see them. Never. Okay? So I saw an outdoor AA meeting on the way to dinner. And people were like, oh my gosh, they're not wearing masks. They're not social distancing. I go, they've been sharing needles for 10 years. The guy had COVID-19 6 years ago. Okay? He has antibodies mixed in with Hep C. You're like, they're not social distancing. I go, these people are looking for crack under dumpsters and alleyways. Give them a chance. Let them have their meeting. What do you want them to... I know so many people that relapse during this whole virus thing, man. It's just like, let fucking people do it, dude. My buddy, I talk to him all the time in LA. He goes, same homeless people are there every day. You know, wouldn't the homeless people have been wiped from the face of the earth? No showers, you know, barely any socks. And they're fine. They don't have Corona. They're trying to get a couple bucks so they can go buy one. Outdoor AA meeting, dude. And the sad thing is with the outdoor AA meeting is it didn't look much different than an outdoor open mic or comedy show. Okay, it looked very, very similar. And I don't know what's more sad, an outdoor AA meeting or an outdoor open mic. Probably more productive to go to the AA meeting. All right, probably funnier people there too, if I'm honest. So yeah, I got my fucking guacamole before I got my water. Okay? Not supposed to happen. There was violations committed by the waitstaff of every restaurant that I would have gotten fired for. They came over, "Did you guys get your drinks yet?" No! No! This is the water I brought from home. Did we get our drinks yet? Yeah, good to see you again. Were you watching Godfather 1, 2, and 3 in the back? Holy shit. There were certain times at dinner at these places where I would just go, it's against my moral code to dine and dash, but I think they want us to. That's what it felt like. I go, are we on a game show right now where there's just 3 guys in the back going, giggling like schoolgirls going, "Oh my gosh, they're still sitting there. How long will this party of 7 sit at the table without drinks? The clock is running. Go." I was like, we're being tricked right now. Unbelievable. New York better get your shit together. Because it is not what it was. That's for sure, man. Kind of sad, but I'm sure it'll bounce back. So we're back in the studio, back down south, and it's good, man. I forgot the last 6 years I've been living with whatever I could fit in my car. If it can't fit in the car, probably not going with me. I drove to New York, drove to LA, back to Florida, back to New York. Just been driving everywhere. I didn't have a couch with me. I didn't even have a bed with me. It was like, we'll figure it out when we get there. That's kind of the lifestyle I was living. So I forgot how much shit you actually need. Okay, you need a lot of stuff. And it makes you realize, like, oh, I'm not a simple person. When you go, I'm going to throw this trash away. Oh, don't have a trash can. Okay, I'm going to just open this package with a pair of scissors. Oh, don't have a pair of scissors. Don't have a pair of scissors to open your pair of scissors. These are the problems you have when you acquire a new apartment. I'm just running around going, I don't have anything, dude. Nothing. Got that cordless vacuum, though. Used it today. I actually used it to vacuum up the stuff that I previously vacuumed. It fell off the wall hanger thing and hit the ground, and the whole what do you want to call it? The canister, the clear bowl that catches all the, you go, wow, look at all the dust I'm picking up. That thing hit the ground, shattered. So now I'm vacuuming up what I already vacuumed up from all over the apartment in a 10-inch radius. Picked it up again. What a machine. Can pick up what you already picked up. And I found the reason why vacuum cleaners are $250, $500, and beyond. Because it's one of those inventions that you're not going to make it yourself. Okay, do you know anyone who has made a vacuum cleaner from scratch? No. Because that's what serial killers do. You would never go to your friend's house, I'm hoping, and you hear him making something. And you're like, what do you work here? Are you building a chair from IKEA? And he goes, no, I'm making my own vacuum cleaner. You might want to stand back. Okay, that is no longer your friend. That is a psychopath. Okay, no one's like, check it out, I just built it. is that gas powered? Is that a gas powered vacuum? Sorry, Carl, I'll see you at work, but our relationship ends at 5 p.m. when I clock out. I'm fucking hanging out with a guy who makes his own vacuums. So anyway, man, thank you guys for listening to the show. Yeah, I've just been doing a little traveling, getting the report from up north. They're on full shutdown up there. Any Democratic run city is not in a rush to open back up, and it's clear. Not really into politics, but it's clear who's opening and who's closing. Oh yeah, just building furniture, man. Nothing will get you more frustrated than putting together furniture, because the instructions don't tell you that you fucked up till you're on step 9. You get to step 9 and it goes. You get to step 9 building this TV stand, and it goes. Okay, step 9. Step 9 is remember step 3. Yeah, you fucked up on step 3. That's what step 9 tells you. That you got to take everything apart and rebuild it. I got a couch, really nice couch, delivered. Came in 3 parts. The only problem is I'm on the 3rd floor, and the people that they sent were not even people. It was one person. They sent a person, a 5-foot Puerto Rican woman, to deliver a couch. I get a call and she goes, "Hello, I downstairs with your couch." Maybe that was more Asian. All right. Picture a tiny Puerto Rican woman. I go, hey, Lorita. It was, Rosalinda. Shit. Whatever. You pick her name. All right. She calls me and I go, okay, Rosa, is anybody else with you? She goes, no, they only send me. So I'm downstairs. This lady rolls up in a truck, pops the back open, the garage door kind of thing. And she goes, "This your couch. This is it right here." I go, "Awesome." I go, are we bringing it upstairs? And she goes, "Yes, all 3 boxes. I'll help you." Yeah, as soon as I saw 1 of 3 on the boxes, I go, oh shit. It was like carrying up a Coinstar machine. It was like first of all, I felt bad for this woman because she's obviously busting her ass. And every other item that we purchased, you would hear, "Oh shit," and then someone would knock on your door, and you just knew that, two guys were coming up, bringing, the chairs, the mattress, It's always like 2 dudes, and they bring it up and they put it right on the doorstep. But nope, didn't get that lucky on the couch. This poor woman, dude, was like just struggling so hard to help me with this couch. I just said, "Hey, look, I got it." And I don't know where I found the strength, you guys, but I carried that couch, that ivory 1200 thread count couch upstairs. And my buddy was still saying, "Hey, are we squatting today?" And I go, "No, not today. I just did my leg day by not having an elevator." Yeah, new place, new stuff, all exciting. I'm getting the Wi-Fi tomorrow finally so I can do more consistent episodes. I'm sorry if I sound out of it too, guys. I'm like, been on a train for the last 17 hours. And then when I got back, of course, we got to finish putting the rest of the place together. Which I'm glad we're doing it, man. Just knock it out. But fuck, dude. Half that trip, I'm just covered in Stella. Just it's awful. I don't even know what the smokers do on that train. I think they actually have like smoking sections because they're like, look, we know you degenerates can't afford to fly. So instead of getting there in 2 hours, you're going to get there in 17. So if you need to smoke, car number 546 is the hot box. Yeah, man. Yeah, just been building furniture and playing with vacuums, man. Playing with vacuums. They actually have a vacuum museum. I think it's in Kansas City. I was driving from New York down to LA, and I cut through Kansas. I think I went the kind of the northern arc before I dipped down south, and they had a vacuum museum. It said, "Don't blow your opportunity. Visit the vacuum museum 30 miles on the right," something like that. And every time you got closer, it was like, "Try not to get sucked in." And, they had like some stupid pun every 10 miles. And I was just thinking, who is going to the vacuum museum? Please tell me. You know who goes to the vacuum museum? The people that work at the vacuum museum. That's it. I had to actually look up the Yelp reviews, and it was like, my son loves vacuums. And I go, oh, okay. That explains it. Who's going to the vacuum museum? No one's going there like going, whoa, this is a 1938 Hoover. Maybe I'm the asshole. Maybe I'm the ignorant one. Maybe there's an underground historical vacuum society. Who would be in that? Who would be in the ancient artifact of the vac? When was the first vacuum invented? Maybe we'll look that up. Oh, don't have Wi-Fi. What camera am I using? Camera for my phone. See, guys, the studio is not complete yet. All right, these are the things that we need to fix here at In the Hall Podcast headquarters. All right, we need a new camera. We need a landline. We need, we don't need these things, but in order for the show to go as planned and how I want, I'm just rambling now. Okay, this is what 17 hours in a train, which was full of old people, by the way. I think I brought the age down to about 65 average. I mean, this lady, she said, hey, if you put your mask on, everything will be okay. That's what she told me. I said, lady, I know you're in Virginia right now, but do you know where you're headed? You are headed down to Florida. Okay? A state that doesn't even know there is a virus, half the people. Okay? What virus is what you'll get when you ask people. I went charter fishing down in the Keys, probably back April. It was like 3 months, maybe even 4 months into the whole quote-unquote pandemic. And as this guy cast it out, he looked at me and goes, I heard there was a virus out there. What's going on with that? And I go, listen, Chuck, I got to tell you something. You're one of the greatest people I've ever met in my life, okay? Because he told me within 15 minutes, he goes, look, this is my life. I take people fishing, and then I live in a sailboat. And I go, what do you do when you get back from a hard day of fishing? Back in your sailboat. Chuck, what do you do in your sailboat? Chuck says, I build AR-15s. And not just any AR-15s. The best AR-15s in the world. And then he handed me a card that said like Chuck's Armory or some shit. I'm like, this guy is the greatest. And the other guy, the captain, I mean, he's just driving around all day, lathering himself in sunscreen. And it's just like people don't even know that it exists. I was in the Panhandle, which is probably one of my favorite places on earth. It's just it's where Alabama, Georgia, and rural Florida kind of meet to get shit popping, if you know what I mean. A lot of fishing, a lot of just anything. Whatever you want to do, you can do in the Panhandle. Trust me. I don't even think they have cops up there. And I'm not talking Tallahassee. I'm talking like rural, down by the water. Yeah, waitresses weren't even wearing masks. No one was wearing masks. It's the thing, because like whoever doesn't watch the news is not affected. Homeless, Amish. That's the thing. Would we even know if there was a pandemic had the news not told you every 26 seconds? I don't know. But for some reason, my voice is going tonight. And I'm exhausted, man. I'm going to get Nick on the show Thursday or Friday. Maybe I'll get him on earlier and put the episode out early. But today's Monday. So yeah, guys, 21 minutes. Man, if I had Wi-Fi, we could look some shit up. But that's pretty much my week. Just riding around town. Missed church. Something I've been going to church lately. Say, I don't know, I'm like 2 weeks on, 1 week off. You know, I have my own beliefs, but I do like to get a good word from God. You know, I want to be like a mega church pastor. You know, I miss that show, Rich Preachers, where they would just come out and be like, look at my Rolls Royce. And then they play the credits. That was the best. You know, I heard some stories about preachers that were like, you know, really pimping the church, so to speak, where they're like, we need church. You know, we need new doorknobs. So if everyone puts something in the plate, and Jesus does not take singles, put a 5 in for the good Lord. And then at the end of service, they're just throwing those hefty bags full of cash into the trunk, heading straight to the car wash, launder half that shit. You know, then you got the mega church preachers. Joel Osteen, man. Dude's got like a stadium. I'm always fascinated. Do you think he does blow? Do you think a mega church pastor, you know, they're like, hey, Joel, you're on in 5 minutes, and he just, woo, John 3:16, it's going to be a good service. You know, and he just, you know, he puts the joint out. He dusts his shoulders off. There's got to be nothing like it, dude. Just slinging. You know, that dude sells more books than the Bible. You know, he's like, you know, he goes, if you like the Bible, you'll like some of my other books. They're $19.99 on my website. Or we have a merch table. You know, he's probably selling bobbleheads. Joel Osteen bobbleheads. What else we got? We got the riots. They're still going on. My buddy Fonto was telling me, he's like, man, every night on Hollywood Boulevard, a protester gets run over. I'm just like, damn, man. He said first night there was like 2,000 people in the streets. Then the first guy got ran over. Then there was like 500. Someone else got ran over. And there was like 250. And it just slowly got, you know, less and less. But I think people are just done, man. I mean, LA already has bad traffic. Now you're going to actually block more traffic. No, that's not going to get your point across. That's just going to piss off a lot of Armenians. Okay? Which is what Fonto is. I'm trying to get him on the show, but he's like, no, only in person, doggy. We only do podcasts in person, doggy. So maybe we'll get him on. The Armenians are wild, dude. I got it. People tried to rob me in New York, but I never got robbed in LA. And I think that would be confusing, getting robbed, especially by like an Armenian, because they're always like, my friend, brother. I'm like, you have an AK-47 pointed at my head. You're calling me brother. You would just be confused, you know. Everything would be, they would treat you so well. Get in the trunk, brother. Get in trunk. It is 7 Series. BMW 7 Series, white. All white, brother. Interior and exterior. Get in, brother. You're like, okay, I guess I'll get in. It seems pretty comfy back here. They close the door. Now he's your Uber driver, even though he's kidnapping you. Are you getting enough air back there, brother? Let me put this hood over your head, brother. Okay, cousin. It is Gucci hood. We don't want you to see where we're taking you, but we also want luxury, brother. You know, New York was just like, yo, what do you got on you, cuz? What do you got on you, B? You know, then you knew you were getting robbed. At least then, you know, you see the other guy across the street. That was the thing. It was like, I think it was 7. Did I talk about this on a previous podcast? If I didn't, I don't know. I'll tell you. What was it? It was like 7 a.m. You had to move your car from one side to the other because of street sweeping, which is a huge scam in New York City. They're just making you move your car at 7 because they know you didn't get home till 5 a.m. So you're not going to get up in 2 hours and move it to the other side of the street. You're going to sleep in. They're going to hit you with a $35 ticket. Then it's going to go up to $65. And they're just going to keep nailing your ass until they can tow your car. So anyway, it was like 6:30. I'm going downstairs. I was staying with my buddy Danny at the time. We were in Bushwick, Brooklyn. I was like, hey, man, I got to move my car. You have to move yours? He goes, no, I'm already on the Tuesday side. I'm like, fuck. So I go down to move my car. I had already hit the joint, so I'm pretty ripped. It's like, 7 a.m., get a good joint in. I'm walking down to my car, right? I'm just thinking, oh, it's just another Tuesday, Gonna do this, hang out, right? And then I got a show tonight, It's any other day in Brooklyn. And as I'm going to my car, there was a guy standing by the phone pole, which you're not going to get, you're not weirded out because it's New York. People are outside. So he goes, hey, my guy, what do you have on you? And I don't say anything. I just keep walking. Like, I didn't hear that. He was like, my guy, what do you have on you? But I hit him with that draft stride, right? So I start, boom, I'm hitting it. I'm power walking. And he was like, sir, my guy. I'm not going to hurt you, my guy. Which is not something you want to hear when someone is running after you. Now, across the street, I see his friend. How do I know? He gave his position away. He kept looking at me, looking at the guy behind me. Now he starts walking at my pace from across the street. Now I'm high, and I am getting like an attempted robbery is occurring, right? So I'm just like, man, I just want to go back upstairs and, work on my material, right? So this guy is behind me, and I cut into the street because there was of course, no one was on the street at the time either at 7 a.m. And this is what's going through my head. I have to get away from this situation somehow or some way. You don't stop. That's for sure. You want to kind of make a scene, but not like, somebody help me, I'm being robbed. That's just, that's how you get pistol whipped. So I cut into the street, and there's a tow truck coming, and the guy starts honking because I'm blocking the road, right? So I'm already fucking up their robbery. Then I just started doing this weird, like juke, like dance revolution, kind of like I would take a step one way, then I would pivot and do a U-turn, take 3 steps, and then I would go back. And then this guy just starts honking. He's like, get the fuck out of the way, kid. I got shit to do. I got to be somewhere. You know, just in the filthiest, like, whatever accent. Yeah, he's like, get the fuck out of the fucking way, kid. You know, now these guys are like, we'll see you next time or something. You know, they just ran off. So I'm going back up to the room and I was like, yo, Danny, like, I almost just got robbed, man. And he was like, oh, that's crazy, you know, like, whatever. And I'm just like sitting there, like, you know, recapping what happened. And then I thought, I'm like, these guys got up early to rob, you know? You got to give them that, dude. If you're up at 7 a.m., if you're up when other people are up to go to work to rob people that are going to work, good on you. You know, I hope they robbed somebody that day. You know, I'm glad it wasn't me, but I hope they got what they were looking for. Couple $100. You know, I don't even think I had much on me. I was wearing, you know, that's the thing. You can't really, you got to adapt. You know, I started wearing black sweatpants, black hoodie, no watch, black sneakers. That's where a lot of that came from. You know, you wear a lot of black in New York, but I think you also wear a lot of black in New York just to kind of like, you don't really want to be flashy. You know what I mean? If you're in Manhattan, you know, it's almost impossible to get robbed there now. I mean, you still can, don't get me wrong, but, well, now, I mean, I'm talking about economic collapse, okay? The fall of New York. This is like 2017, 2018, New York City. All right. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Much rather get robbed in, I don't know, if you're going to get robbed, probably better get robbed in LA. You know, you probably get jumped, but there is palm trees. That's the thing. If you're going to bleed out in the street, at least have something to look at. You know, you get mugged in New York, you're fucking just bleeding by a dumpster. You know, and then a rat runs by like, should have kept your head on a swivel, bitch. And then it runs up. Because even a rat will roast you in New York. But in LA, you get robbed and you're sitting there and you're bleeding. At least, you know, when you hear the ambulance coming, you're also looking at some mountain views. You know, you're looking at maybe you got mugged in Santa Monica or Venice. Maybe a homeless guy pushed you off a bird scooter in Venice. You know, at least when you're laying there in a puddle of blood, you can go, hey, look at the waves. Is that a dolphin out there? Or am I losing too much blood too fast? You know? That'll be the title of this episode. Getting robbed with a view. Anyway, guys, episode 12. Oh my gosh, 30 minutes. We'll have a bonus episode for you this week. I promise, whether I have a guest or not, I will put one out. Wi-Fi on the way. Let's go. All right, guys, episode 12. That was it. We will see you later in the week for 13. Thank you guys for listening. Sean Madden Comedy on Instagram. Full videos on YouTube. And if you guys like everything, please tell someone or share the video, whatever you want to do, because, you know, I'm not running ads or nothing. It's all word of mouth at this point. So thank you guys. We hit over 1,000 downloads, which was pretty wild considering that, you know, it's a fairly new show that we're doing. Again, I am out of it, so I'm just going to stop rambling. But we'll see you next time. Have a good night, guys.